You've been charged with a DWI and you're now wondering how long is this going to take. The truth is that every case is different in terms of length. Due to a variety of factors, the length of the process will vary from case to case. So what should you expect? My name is Joseph Ruiz. I'm a Texas criminal defense attorney who specializes in DWI cases, and this is a common topic among my clients. Today I will explain what you can expect from the DWI process in Texas and how I can help you through it. The first step in the DWI process is, of course, the arrest. After a traffic stop, if law enforcement believes you're intoxicated, they may arrest you. The arrest process can take anywhere from 30 minutes to a few hours, depending on the circumstances. However, the clock starts ticking on your case once you're arrested. Once you're arrested, you will be taken to jail for booking. This includes fingerprinting, photographing, and entering key identifying information into their system. The booking process can take a couple of hours, but you'll likely be released after posting bail, unless there are certain aggravating circumstances in your case. The time you spend in jail will depend on the severity of the situation, but most people are released quickly, often on the same day. If you have no priors, you could even be released on a PR bond. After your arrest, you'll have your arraignment, which is the first court appearance. In Texas, at least in Harris County, this typically happens a few days to a week after your arrest. In some of the smaller outlying counties, it could take a month or two before you even get to court for your first arraignment setting. At this hearing, you'll be informed of the charges against you, and you have the opportunity to enter a plea. It's a formality. We're going to enter a plea of not guilty in every case. If you hire an attorney, they can represent you at this stage and discuss options with the court. The arraignment is usually quick, but can take 15 minutes to an hour. At this hearing, the court will also decide what, if any, bond conditions to place on you while the case is pending. After the arraignment, your case enters the pretrial phase. During this period, your attorney will review the evidence, talk to witnesses, and request necessary documents like police reports, breathalyzer results, dash cam footage, station cam footage. This stage can take several weeks to a few months depending on the case's complexity and how quickly the law enforcement agencies turn over evidence. If your attorney uncovers issues, they may file motions to challenge the evidence or request a dismissal. Once the pretrial phase is complete, there are a few options. If the prosecutor has a strong case, your attorney may try to negotiate a plea deal to reduce the charges or penalties. Your case will go to trial if a deal can't be reached. The negotiation process could take weeks, while the trial may take several days depending on the case's complexity and whether expert witnesses are needed. Some DWI cases may settle without a trial, in fact most do, but others may require a full jury trial to contest the evidence, which can stretch the process to over a year depending on the court's docket size. Once your case is resolved, either through a plea deal or trial, sentencing will take place. The judge will determine the penalties if convicted based on your case's specifics. Sentencing typically happens immediately after a trial, but in some cases it could take a few weeks for the judge to issue a sentence, particularly if a pre-sentencing investigation is required. If you go to trial and you lose, you have the right to appeal that case, assuming that the judge made some errors during the trial. The appeal process can take several months to over a year, depending on the case's complexity and the court schedule. Although this process seems daunting and there are many factors to consider regarding how long it'll take, in some situations, having your lawyer handle the issues can help take the weight off your shoulders. I recently had a client, a registered nurse, that ended up in a situation where different prosecutors kept getting assigned to the case, and this was dragging out how long the case resolution was taking. While frustrating, we kept resetting the case to allow the prosecutors to finally realize that they weren't going to be able to make the case because they weren't going to be able to admit the breath alcohol results against my client. In Texas, they've got to observe the client for at least 15 minutes right before administering the breath test to make sure that they don't put anything in their mouth or belch, anything that could affect the results. In this particular case, they started the test 13 minutes and 40 seconds in instead of waiting the full 15 minutes. Because of that, the breath test was not admissible. The video wasn't going to help them prove the case. The case was dismissed after nearly a year of going back and forth to court 7 or 8 times. So as frustrating as that is, we're going to keep on fighting for you until we get the result that we want. So how long does the entire DWI process take in Texas? From arrest to resolution, it can take anywhere from a few months to over a year. In rare cases, we're able to convince the judge at the arraignment setting that there's not enough probable cause and the case gets dismissed at the very first court date. That's fantastic, of course, but it does not happen that often. The length of the process depends on various factors, including the complexity of the case, the court schedule, how much of a caseload the prosecutors have, whether or not different prosecutors are coming in and out being assigned to different courts, and whether or not the case actually goes to a jury trial. Remember, every case is unique, and having an experienced attorney on your side can help you navigate the timeline and ensure that your rights are fully protected every step of the way. If you're facing DWI charges, don't wait. Contact a lawyer today. We will fight however long it takes to get you the best result. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more legal insights. Stay informed and stay safe on the road.